Welcome to the Palauan presidential election 2020. So let's dive right into it. Before I introduce you to the election process and the government system of Palau, let me talk to you about the Republic of Palau. So, the Republic of Palau is an archipelago in Oceania, specifically the Western Pacific Ocean. It has a population of 18,120 people as of 2020. Palau gained independence as a country in 1994. Its biggest city, pictured on the bottom left, is Koror City. The archipelago has over 500 total islands. Despite Koror being its biggest city, the capital of Palau is Negoromud. So, the Palauan government system is a constitutional government in free association with the United States. Very, very similarly to the United States, Palau has three branches of government: the executive, judicial, and legislative branches. So, the executive branch is made up of the president, the vice president, and the council of chiefs. According to Wikipedia, Palau is one of the most overgoverned places because there are 16 total states, and for every state there is a traditional chief, which is part of the Council of Chiefs. The Council of Chiefs acts as an advisory to the president. I'm not going to talk too much about the legislative or judicial branches because they're not crucial to the presidential election, but the legislative branch is made up of the Obil Era Kalulau, which is the Palau in national Congress, which is made up of the Senate and the House of Delegates. The Senate has 13 seats, and the House of Delegates has 16 seats, both of which are directly elected every 4 years. The judicial branch is the Palauan Supreme Court, and trial divisions are the Court of Common Pleas and the Land Court. So, voting requirements that stay the same over the entire country are: you have to be a citizen of the Republic of Palau, you have to be aged 18 or over, and you have to have an established minimum period of residency according to the law, which varies from state to state. I'm going to focus specifically on voting requirements in Koror because it's the biggest city, and because Palau is such a small country, over half the population lives in Koror, so here are the voting requirements. You have to be 18 years or older. You cannot be under judgment of insanity or mental incompetency by the state. You cannot be serving a sentence for a felony. You cannot have voted or registered to vote in any other state besides Koror. You have to have maintained residence in Koror for at least 180 days, and you have to have registered to vote for at least 30 days before the election or referenda. So, to get into how the presidential election works, I'm going to focus on the last election that occurred, which was the 2016 Palauan presidential election. So, on the left, you have the elected president, President Tommy Remengesau. He has served since 2013. And on the right, you have the Vice President Reynold Oilich, he was elected in 2016. So the total population of Palau in 2015 to 2016 was around, or estimated to be, 21,265. And the amount of registered voters in 2016 was 15,890. So the president is determined by a two-round election system every 4 years. Presidents are directly elected because there is no electoral college, unlike the United States, and they are elected through an absolute majority vote. Something interesting about Palau there are no political parties, and candidates are required to run as independents. So, the president and the vice president are elected to office, and they serve 4 years in office. And the president and vice president run on separate tickets, so the president doesn't choose the vice president. So, thank you for learning about the Palauan presidential election and government system. Here are some sources I used that were very helpful, especially the Palauan government website, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.